Hey, everybody. It is day 2 of the Blueprint Live Reloaded experience. I was listening to a little bit of music this morning and I felt like I should let y'all listen to it too because I want you to be hype about what's happening today. We are going to be talking about money mindset mastery, meaning we need to focus on not only making the money, but also the mindset behind it because a lot of times we are not in the right headspace to make the money moves that we desire. So I just want to put this on for y'all. Let me know if you could hear it because I need to just make sure that y'all feel this with me, with me. Y'all know when I talked about doing that physical movement, dance. I love a good dance. I know this is a TikTok, but you got to move your body. If you hadn't had opportunity to move your body today, this should help. Tell me this is the one to get hype, y'all. Learn about some money mindset mastery. Tell me, does it? All right. All right. All right. Let me go ahead and turn it off, guys, because I want to get serious. Today we are talking about a serious topic, but it doesn't have to be boring. I just want to throw that out there. A lot of times people think accountants and CFOs and people in the finance industry are boring, but not all of the time. And in case you didn't know, I am not your mama's accountant. All right, y'all, let me turn this down and let me get professional, my bad. For those of you who are just joining me for the first time, my name is Patrice Malloy. I am the Affluent CFO. I am also your wealth care concierge for this series. I empower women in business to make money, scale their businesses, make sure there is sustainability and profitability on the way to sale. We are doing things like creating income and impact. We are doing things that are making us happy, joyful, full of gratitude, abundance, and still allowing us to make decisions and have flexibility in what it is that we want to do because we are not chained to our desk and our businesses because we have built systems. All right. Now, we talked about that. I want to talk about what we did yesterday. So let's just do a really quick recap. We first talked about understanding your emotional boundaries, what it is that you've got going on in your life, in your business. What is it that you need to put away, let go, get rid of, do less of, right? So that you are not feeling like the burn of everything that is required of you. Because let's be honest, as women, as mothers, as spouses, as significant others, as partners, as children, we have a lot of expectations placed on us. And we need to make sure that we are not burning ourselves out by doing all the things for other people and not focusing on ourselves. So that is what we spoke about yesterday. We had an exercise to talk about those emotional triggers, things that burn us out, things that keep us from being our best selves and building breakthrough businesses and having the relationships that we desire. We talked about how to identify what level of emotional energy drains you have in your life. So I really want you to really focus on that. Again, if you did not finish it, please go back and do that. I will drop a link to the workbook once again so that you will have access to that link. Let me do that real quick to make sure that everybody can access it and we have no troubles, no problems here. All right. Let me know in the chat if you're joining me live or if this is the replay. And also, please let me know if you were unable to access the workbook. I'm going to put that out there. I'm also going to put it up on the screen for a hot second just to make sure that you see it. I want you to grab that because it is important. And we need this workbook to continue to do all of our interactive exercises throughout this series because, like I said, this is interactive. We are not here to play games. We are not here to do things for fun. We are here to make movement in this fourth quarter because we have goals to reach before the end of the year. So take a minute, please grab your resource. Let me know if you were having trouble accessing it. I will send it to you. Put a comment in the chat, ping me, do what you need to do, okay? Because like I said, this is important and we're not playing games. We're not wasting time. We are creating tangible, actionable steps in our time together. Alrighty? All right. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way so people can see what's happening on the screen. And let's go ahead and open up this workbook. Boom. Day 2. Like I said, it's money mindset mastery. We're going to be unpacking your money baggage. And you're probably like, but Patrice, I don't have money baggage. And I'm going to have to say, I respectfully disagree. Because a lot of us have money baggage. A lot of us are maybe unfamiliar with some of the things that we were taught when we were children, some of the things that we maybe witnessed with our families, with our parents, with other relatives that were having challenges with money. Maybe you were told money doesn't grow on trees like we were, back in the day, because I think My parents' parents thought that, and then their parents thought that as well, because in reality, money does not grow on trees. We have to be taught that it's important to understand the importance of a dollar, working for it, right? And not always expecting for somebody to give it to you, because in real life, that doesn't happen. We were also taught things like it is taboo or it is tacky for us to talk about money as women. Let me just tell you, I want to talk about all the money, all the wealth, all the opportunity, all the abundance, all the things that money can do for your community, for your family, for your legacy, for your future. Because we need to talk about these things. We need to stop making it seem like it's an icky subject and get it out there. The more we talk about it, the more we can learn from one another and the more that we can help our communities. That is what I'm about. Empowering our communities, moving women forward, and being able to help you create financial legacies that the Rockefellers couldn't even dream of. Okay. Another thing I heard back in the day was that um, as women in the church, you're supposed to be very demure, you're supposed to be very timid and meek and mild, and you're not supposed to really like say much, quite honestly, outside of, hi, bye, how you doing? I love my husband, yada, yada, yada. But that reality is different too. In the church, and even in the Bible, we talk about abundance. We talk about wealth. We talk about provision that God has for us. So to say that it is, you know, tacky to talk about money just doesn't align with me. And that's why we're talking about this. And by the way, that is a hill I'm willing to die on. It is so important for us to have wealth because when women have wealth, they make the world shift. So let's go ahead and get started. One of the things we're going to be talking about, like I said, was that money mindset and then unpacking your money baggage. One of the first things I would like for you to do is just get out a pen and paper, use the workbook, the spaces that you got in there, and let's just talk about what your earliest money memory is. They say, and I read this in a very interesting article in a couple of books as well, that our earliest money memory is typically about 7 years old. We heard something happen. Maybe you were going to McDonald's or you wanted to go to McDonald's and get some chicken nuggets, and your parents were like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go home and eat because we have food at home and money doesn't grow on trees. I remember hearing that. I remember, sometimes, and by no means am I trying to say anything bad about my parents because my parents are incredible. Google them, okay? But the thing is, we repeat what we learned, right? We repeat what we experienced, and then there comes a point where you just have to break that mindset, and that shift has to happen in order for you to elevate. So that is what we're going to be talking about today, and that's why. So my earliest memory was of that, of wanting to go to McDonald's, and I was told that we had food at home. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced that as well. But there are other much more impactful and traumatic memories that people have had. Maybe there was a situation where one parent did not know how to manage money and there was always a lack in the household. Maybe that led to, fighting between your parents and that led to an ultimate breakup or split up, and that was divorce. Maybe you're associating either having too much money and then not being able to spend enough time together, or not having enough money and it always being a struggle situation that broke up a relationship. There are a lot of things. So again, what I want you to do is identify what your earliest memory of money is. And then once we do that, we want to think about how have these memories screwed or messed with your financial decisions. When we have trauma around money, we tend to not want to do things that are risky, which is like investing in things like professional development or other consultants that can help you get your business or life to another level, or coaching programs, or, something else in your business that's going to take it to the next level because you have a fear around what happened in the past to somebody you knew, or maybe something that you had experienced or something you had seen. So we really want to start thinking about all of these things and realizing that that does not have to dictate your future. Just because you experienced something in the past does not mean that you have to be beholden to it or stuck or chained to it. Now, you can make a decision as an adult, as a whole grown person, to do something different, to break free from those money memories and to form your own. So that is why we were doing this. We are doing this because this has a correlation to the way that we price our services and our products. If you had trauma, around money, or you didn't realize think that you deserve money, or based on, how you came up, you just didn't have it, so you didn't think that you needed it, that's going to play a part in the way that you price your prices and services. It's going to play a part in the way that you position yourself when you're trying to sell. So let's think about that and let's get those out in the open. So again, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to write that down to figure out what it is. Because after we identify those things, we're going to go ahead and talk about our crushing, limiting beliefs. Okay. So I'm going to check the chat and make sure I don't have any questions, comments. I'm going to give you all 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and take 2 minutes. All right, listen, while you do that, you might as well do a dance break. Okay. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes, get started because we need that energy. All right, back. 2 minutes. And I'm going to write mine down too, y'all. Like I said, I practice what I preach. Bye. All right, y'all, about 30 seconds. $15 seconds. All right, we're going to wrap this up. All right, all right, all right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this. We had an opportunity to write down what our earliest memory of money is. And we also decided how these memories have messed with our financial decisions. So, for me, we talked about that McDonald's situation and the idea that money doesn't grow on trees. So, for me, I was very much timid in a lot of the decisions that I made with money. I didn't want to spend it because I didn't know if I was going to be able to get it back. And unfortunately, that was a mindset of lack or scarcity. And when you live in that type of mindset, that's typically what happens to you, right? What you resist, you persist, right? So if you're saying, I don't want to do X, Y, and Z because I'm not going to get more money back, the fact is that you won't be getting any more money back. You won't be able to replenish that bank account or replenish that contract or whatever it is because you have that out into the universe. So we have to really think about how we speak to ourselves. Now that we've done that, what I'd like to do is start to identify and crush our limiting beliefs. What are some of the limiting beliefs that you've had about money as well? We want to list at least 3 BS beliefs about money that you've been carrying around. An example is people like me don't get rich. People like me, right? I'm a woman, I'm a Black woman. I, you know, typically have had a lot of challenges historically, traditionally in the corporate space. I've had to do a whole bunch of extra stuff. I've had to go above and beyond and do things 3 times as well as anybody else just to kind of get the basic recognition. However, I was also in the C suite for many years. I was a program and project manager. I did a lot of work. I built systems. I worked with robotics and artificial intelligence and banking. I work with very wealthy people in asset management and private banking. So there's a lot of things that I've done despite the fact that I shouldn't have been there or people like me don't get rich. But I will tell you something. You won't get rich working for somebody else. But what are some things that you really need to think about that you've been saying to yourself or that you've been speaking or putting out into the atmosphere of the universe that are keeping you from reaching your full potential and living the life that you desire? Is it women aren't supposed to worry about money? Women aren't supposed to talk about money because it's taboo. Is it nobody in my family was wealthy, so I'm not going to be wealthy either? Is it I don't have the necessary credentials or education or whatever, is expected of us to have, so I'm not going to be able to get wealthy? What is it? So I'd really love for you to identify what those things are and then write them down because we're going to be letting those things go. Okay? So what are some of those things that you've been holding on to? For me, a lot of time was, you know, it's not my destiny. It's not in the cards. I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be working and building my corporate portfolio. I'm supposed to be helping other people get rich. And that just wasn't true, child. I had to let that thing go, honey, because let me tell you something else that happens when you work in corporate or other jobs, right? They are not loyal to you. They do not have to keep you on the payroll. If something happens and they need to downsize, they will absolutely downsize. Okay? They don't care that you have a family to feed. They don't care that you have bills to pay or mortgage that's due. If it doesn't align with their bottom line, they have to cut it out, right? They're cutting the fat. So I had to learn that lesson. Ooh, sorry, I'm blind to myself. I learned that lesson the hard way a couple times. I worked in contracting, government consulting, and once that contract was over, that was it. So you had to find yourself another position fast, quick, and in a hurry, or you were gonna be in trouble. So listen, like I said, I learned the hard way, but I also learned very quick that there is no loyalty to these corporations and companies. You need to make sure that you're protecting yourself and that you are covered, that your family is covered. All right. So, ooh, Courtney, I love that. I'm not smart enough. Ooh, girl, that's a word. That is a word. And it's so interesting that you said it because a lot of women feel like they're not supposed to be handling money, that they're just not equipped to handle money. But the reality is, women are some of the most brilliant people when it comes to resources and being able to invest those resources and multiply those resources. So I love the fact that you said that. I'm not smart enough. A lot of my clients say that. I just don't get it. Math is not my strong suit, but the reality is it is. You just have to figure out what works for you and how to identify and understand the numbers the best way that you know how to do it. I'm here to bust that myth, y'all. Women are some of the most brilliant beings in this world and on this earth. We can do whatever we need to do. So I love that you said that. I appreciate that. Okay. Now, since you've listed those three things, let's go ahead and move to the next part of this exercise. Now, what we're going to do is rewrite our money narrative. So, what we need to do is flip those limiting beliefs into power statements. Here's an example: I have every right to wealth and success. I am smarter. I am smart. Good grief, y'all, I'm sorry. I am kind. I am smart enough to handle anything that I need to handle when it comes to money. I am smart enough to identify what needs to happen in my finances. I have every resource that I need to start making a difference in building my legacy. All right. What's another one? Let me check some of the other chats and see if I'm missing anything. Any other comments? Ooh, I didn't have examples. Mm, okay. You be the example. I have everything I need in my power and in my proximity to be an example for my children and for their future. All right. So there's a lot that we can say. So I just want to give you a couple minutes for you to flip that script, to change that narrative, to shift that mindset and that way of thinking from I don't, I can't, I'm not, etc. to I am, I will, I have, I do, I did, all of these positive action words. Okay. And this is very, very important. Once you do that, we need to throw away those limiting beliefs, tear the paper up if you need to, burn it, throw it in the trash can. Obviously, don't throw it in the trash can while it's burning, but whatever you need to do in order to make sure that's not the way that you think moving forward, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Excellent. Alrighty. Once we've shifted those negative thoughts and those limited beliefs, we're going to shift into an abundance mindset. And y'all, walk with me. I promise you, there is a reason for this. There is a method to my madness. There is a purpose for this exercise because I keep having conversations with women who are pricing in a way that is like, it's poverty, essentially. If you want to be wealthy, you need to price in alignment with what it is that you provide as far as transformation is concerned. You need to price in a way that's going to help you reach your profit margins because every industry has a profit margin. There are benchmarks. So I need for you to understand that. I need for you to leverage that, apply that, position yourself with the fact and the idea and the knowing that you have a particular profit margin to reach as you're making these sales. And if you're not priced accordingly, you're not going to do that. We didn't get in the business to work twice as hard or half as much, right? Or a third of what we were making in corporate. That's not the point of this. The point is to build a legacy. The point is to be able to have flexibility and opportunity and choice and to create impact and transformation for our clients and our customers. That's the point of being in business. When you do those things, the money will come. All right. So we just need to be mindful of that. So back to this, we're going to be shifting to an abundance mindset. What I would love for you to do is just create your power affirmations. I have a lot of little stickies that I have around my computer, and then I look at them from time to time. And so I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So the first one is do it now. This first 40 years, is actually more than 40 years, is setting you up for the next 40 years. You've got this. So I don't know if y'all can see this, but that's like my first sticky. I don't know if it's clear, but that's one of my stickies. Okay. I have another one that says, I am responsible for my own happiness. I deserve to be happy in a loving, respectful, positive relationship, not only with the people that I'm with, but with my money. Have you ever thought about that? You deserve to be in a positive, loving, respectful relationship with your money. If you treat your money poorly, it will treat you poorly. If you do not assign a spot for every single dollar and cent in your bank account, you're not going to be able to understand where it went at the end of the month. And if you don't know what happens at the end of the month, you know you're not going to know what happened at the end of the year. And we don't want that. Give it an assignment and make it work for you. It's not a situation where we're working for our money anymore. We need to have our money working for us. If you create a strategic price for your services and your products, if you create scalable systems and processes and procedures, your money will work for you. That is absolutely what we want it to do. Okay. What are some other powerful affirmations? Does anybody have anything to share? As I look at my my stickies. Yeah, I got some of these stickies. So I need to like sort through them. Ooh. Oh, here's one, y'all. I am now a multi-billion-dollar brand. I am now a multi-millionaire. And here's the thing. We have to speak in the now. Not one day I will be, if and or but. You need to make sure that you're speaking in the now, in the present tense. Claim it right now. Ooh, here's something else. You are separate from your business. Your business wants to grow. And here's a third one that I love. I am so happy and grateful now that my firm easily produces $150,000 months while I only work 20 hours a week. My employees are happy and valued, and my clients live a life they desire. Those are just some of mine. So I really want you to start thinking about what your affirmations are. Go ahead and write them down so that we can move through to the next piece of this exercise, because again, this is important. All right. And as I said, I want you to start acting with abundance and authority today. You need to expect that things are going to work out for you. You need to expect that you're going to reach those revenue goals. You need to expect that you're going to have people booking spots on your calendar because you have something that is important and will change their lives. We need to expect that the people that need us are out there for us. You need to expect that you are a unique individual and nobody can do what you do the way that you do it. Are you getting me? Are we starting to feel like we understand what's happening? There is an expectation that I encourage you and invite you to approach your day-to-day life with. Expect to win. Expect to be rewarded for the services that you provided. Expect to have transformation and shift in your own personal lives and in your businesses because you are doing that same thing for other people. Expect the best things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying live a life that is delusional, right? Obviously, things will happen. Ebbs and flows will come into your business, into your life. But the reality is, if you expect that they will change, that you will strategically and successfully get through any challenges that you're currently experiencing, you will. So that's what I want you to do. Okay. Now, back to acting with abundance today. What I would love for you to do is identify one way that you'll choose abundance over scarcity right now. Okay. What are you going to do? How are you going to change your life? So let's think about that for a quick minute. Let's think about that for a quick minute. So for me personally, let me tell y'all, I woke up, y'all, today. I was tired. I was like, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like showing up. I don't want to do anything else. Don't ask me for nothing. But the reality is, I made a commitment to show up. I made a commitment to be here with you today and for the rest of this week and into next week because I want to let you know that consistency and visibility and bringing value and helping other people is going to help you internally as well. I want to show you that despite what you might be going through or the fact that you don't look like what you might be experiencing helps other people who are dealing with some challenges as well. It's not right for me to be selfish when I've been blessed so abundantly. So there's that. All right. So that is why I'm here. That's why I was like, look, girl, you gotta get you some music and stop playing and dance and dance a little funky attitude off and show up. Because there are people that need you. They may not be raising their hands right now, but they see you. And then when it's their time to work with you, they will show themselves. They will, request a call. They will show up in your DMs. They'll send you an email. They'll do whatever it is that they need to do in order to let them know, or let you know, I should say, excuse me, that they're ready. Right. So that's why I'm here. Alrighty. So now that you started to identify one way you'll choose abundance over scarcity, I have one more exercise for you. And I'm going to drop this into the chat. We need to start thinking about our money mindset a little bit further. This was just kind of the precursor. This is just a little tasty taste of what needs to happen as we start to go through the day and as we start to go through the week and the month and the rest of the months before the end of this quarter. Because what we're doing now is going to position us for Q1 2025. Okay. So let me go ahead. I put that in the chat. If you didn't get it, let me know. Let me also just show this across the bottom real quick. So make sure y'all catch that. Catch it, catch it, catch it. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this to the chat so that we can start working through this. And I'm going to take a little sip of coffee while y'all do that. Okie dokie. Again, we're not playing. We said money mindset mastery. So this is not just, money mindset play. It's like we're doing the things because we want to make sure that we see tangible evidence that things are changing and things are shifting in our lives and in our businesses. All righty. All right, let me get this out the way so that we can go ahead and see this. And let's walk through this. Again, I want to welcome you to the Money Mindset Revolution. Your journey to unapologetic affluence starts now. And here's the thing, too. I talk about unapologetic affluence. I talk about opulence and wealth and legacy building and all the things that are positive and uplifting. But the thing is, you need to identify what affluence and wealth and abundance mean to you. It might not be monetary value. It might be more time spent with your family. It might be the fact that you're able to care for an ailing family member. It might be the fact that you get to sit at home in the mornings and spend time with your children while they eat breakfast on the way to school, right? Because you don't have to run off to work and be rushed and be stuck in a place that you hate. Like there's a lot of different variations of what wealth and abundance and affluence are for different people. For me, it's the fact that I get to wake up and see my daughter and I get to take her to school every day. I've been taking my daughter to school every day since she was in kindergarten. In first grade, quite honestly, being remote. So I've been incredibly blessed. There are people that are still dealing with these challenges and, you know, have two and three jobs and five and six kids and all the things. So I'm just like, ooh, thank you, God. So I have to just think about the things that I'm grateful for and that I'm content with and just remember that I need to treat what it is that I have right now with the utmost respect so that God will think of me when it's time to be blessed even more. All right. So this is your journey to unapologetic affluence. We talked about that. And this is your go to blueprint to unpack, crush, and conquer anything standing between you and your financial empire. Can we say financial empire? We are building empires. We are not building these play businesses. We are not building expensive hobbies. We are not building another job for ourselves. We are building empires. Queens rule empires. Okay. That's what we're doing. So let's start with this by unpacking your money baggage. Again, we're going to go a little bit deeper. We're going to get a little more raw. We're going to get a little more real. This might get ugly. If you have to ugly cry, fine, cry. Okay. That's how you know that transformation is happening. So number one, identifying those money stories. So we already talked about what it is that, you have been taught. You had to list your three money stories that you've been told or you told yourself, right? I forgot to mention that. What have you told yourself? And then really think about, where do they come from? Was it from society? Was it from family? Was it a past experience? Is it something that maybe you made up? You thought, oh, well, if X, Y, and Z couldn't do it, I can't do it either, right? Maybe it was something that you just imagined wasn't right for you. So really think about that. Like, what is it? And here's a quick action step. Write a money baggage journal entry for each story. We need to go deep. We really need to unpack what it is that happened. What is the origin story of this? Once you identify where it started, identify how it makes you feel. And then you want to look at how it's impacted your decisions. Again, when we opened up this exercise, we talked about it kind of surface level, but you really need to go deep. So I really recommend that you do these exercises, spend some time, get real, be honest and transparent, because a lot of people are stuck right now and they don't know why. They're stagnant, right? They're doing all the things, but it's not producing any income. It's not producing any progress, no momentum. It's just a whole lot of doing, and we're not being, you know, successful. We're not being rested. We're not being strong in our faith. I mean, there's anxiety happening. There's a lot of, questioning. Is this the right decision that I made? Should I go back to work? And if you need to go back to work, by all means, go back to work, because there is nothing like a consistent paycheck. Let me tell you. Okay. Do what you got to do. So, really go through these things and identify what it is that's happening, where they started, and how they are impacting the decisions that you're making right now. Because obviously, if you don't have a lot of money, right, or you don't feel like you have a lot of money, you're not going to be investing in certain things that could be taking you to that next level much quicker, right? It's like getting the cliff notes. You are essentially collapsing time on what it is that you desire by working with people who have the experience and expertise, by getting information or getting in the room with, or being in proximity with people who are where you desire to be. They're the cliff notes. It's the cheat code. So if that's something you need to be doing, how do you set money aside in order to do this? Think about that. Once you really get into this, and obviously, if we're not able to complete this right now, I'm going to say that this is going to be your growth work. No, I can't talk today. Your growth work, because we don't call it homework. It's your growth work, because it's going to help you shift and change and understand what's happening and identifying how to move forward. But you can do this afterwards. But I just recommend that you do it. Period. The next thing we're going to do is a release and reflect exercise. We need to release the old funky limiting disbeliefs, and we need to make room for the new. What are those new affirmations that you've created for yourself? I want you to write them down and make them somewhere, post them where you can see them on a daily basis. Is it your bathroom mirror? Is it at your desk, at your computer? Is it on your phone? Maybe you need to take pictures of them and put them on your phone as your wallpaper. But you need something to remind you that you need to shift the way that you're thinking about money and finances. Okay? We want to affirm it. We need to create a statement for each money story that empowers you. Here's an example. I release my fear of money scarcity and embrace the abundance around me. Y'all, that's a word. That was mine, but I'm about to write it down too so I can put it on my computer. I release my fear of money scarcity and embrace the abundance around me. Listen, because there is abundance all around us, y'all. I mean, let's think about it. It's an unlimited resource. People will always need services. People will always need products. People will always need goods. People will always need professionals, right? Until the end of time, which I hope is no time soon. But that is what I mean. People will always need your services, your expertise, your experience, your unique approach, your framework, your strategy, your methodology, your training. So when you start to think of it that way, things shift for you. Life changes. It's easier to get up every day, even when you're not necessarily seeing the results that you're looking for as quickly as you would like for them to appear. Okay. Your relationship with money, the breakup letter. Now, I know y'all have probably written a breakup letter in the past, or maybe you've received one. I don't know. I'll mind my business. But it's time to break up with the old you that is clinging to scarcity, fear, and limiting beliefs. Ooh, ouch. Who did that hit right in the heart? Or who did that punch right in the face? Mm, right? Write a breakup letter to the part of your money story that has held you back. End it with a bold promise to commit to a new, thriving relationship with money. That's a lot of the times a missing piece of what's going on with people. They know that they want to make more money. They know that they are capable of making more money, but they don't understand how to create a thriving relationship with money. They don't understand that they need to start looking at money as a resource, as an unlimited resource. Not in the sense that if I look at my bank account and I spend it, it's just going to keep, replenishing itself automatically. But the fact that abundance, opportunity, is always around me. I just need to open my mouth and ask for it. Y'all, do y'all have kids? Let me tell you, a baby has no problem opening their mouth to ask you for something, even when you told them not to ask you again. Okay. These children, we have girls ranging from 11 to 30. Okay. They have no problem opening their mouth to ask for something. So, why do we as women have problems asking for the sale? Why do we as women have problems quantifying the value and the transformation that we'll provide when we work with our clients and customers? It's like life in corporate or, relationships or something has just sucked the life out of us. It's crazy. So I want us to really get back to being our young selves, right? In the sense that you ask for what you want unapologetically. And if one person tells you no, you go and ask the other, right? You know what I mean? Well, mom said no, so I'm gonna ask dad. So we need to really think about that. Really, really need to show up in that same manner with that same like unapologetic, like, listen, what's the worst they can say is no? Because that's the reality. The worst that somebody can say is no. And no many times means not right now. Anybody? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Okay. A no could just mean not right now. That's it. We're not supposed to be internalizing these things. This is not a personal attack on who you are at your core. It's just the fact that either we did not provide the accurate or most compelling description of what it is that we can provide for them as far as transformation is concerned, or the people that you're talking to have limiting beliefs about their money. They are not ready to part with their money because they don't understand that the investment in you or your service or your product or whatever is going to take them to the next level. It's going to be their cheat code. So we really need to think about that too. Let's stop internalizing the word no. Listen, tell me no, because the faster you tell me no, the quicker I get to a yes. At least I know I'm not wasting my time, right? Like, okay, cool. Next, there are, is it billions? Billions of people on this earth. We only need a small fraction, okay? That's it. Y'all get me riled up. Let's do section 2. Identifying and crushing limiting beliefs. The belief crusher framework. Y'all know I love a framework. It might be the project manager in me. I don't know. It might be the analyst in me. It could be that too. But the reality is, when you have something that you can follow and repeat, it's gold. Okay? A repeatable process. It's going to take us to the next level is what we need. Now, list your top 3 to 5 limiting beliefs about money. For example, I'll never have enough. I'm not good with, I hate that. I'm not good with money, child. Don't tell me you're not good with no money. You need to just dial it in and figure out what we're spending our money on and if it's a good investment or if it's something that we don't necessarily need to do. Okay. What are some other limiting beliefs like we talked about? I'm not worth it. What I have to provide isn't, worth that price. So listen, if you can create transformation, it's worth the price. Anybody can create change. And like yesterday, if you weren't with me yesterday, we talked about what changes, right? It's like, I got my pen. You asked me for a change. I'm like, okay, well, let's change the perspective or the vantage point of this pen. It's still the same pen. Okay, you come back next week. Let's change your perspective once again. It's still the same pen. And then the next week, it's still the same pen. It's just a different direction, right? Doesn't necessarily mean it's the right direction for you. But if you say, I'm looking for transformation, I'm like, oh, baby, I got you. You come in with a pen, you leave with a Sharpie. Okay, you're a Sharpie now. You're different. You're transformed. You're bold and colorful. You're empowered. You're ready to go. So that's the difference. A change is a commodity. Anybody can do it. A transformation is something that is specific, unique to you. What's the transformation that you can create in the lives of the people that want to work with you? So we need to start getting clear on that too. We're going to work on our unique value proposition as we go through this, because again, I want to position you for success, for profit, for sales, for positioning, for visibility, for all the things, those speaking engagements you're looking to do, those contracts you're looking to win, all the things in this quarter. Okay. But we need to show up unapologetically. We need to show up boldly. Period. So let's go back to this framework, y'all. All right. We want to flip the script. So turn each of those beliefs into an empowering affirmation, which we started to do in the previous piece of the exercise and earlier on. And then step 2 is prove it wrong. Write down at least 2 pieces of evidence that prove each belief is false. So for instance, I'll never have enough. Listen, if you've been able to keep your lights on, your mortgage paid, your children are fed, you're fed, it's warm when it's supposed to be, cold outside, it's cold when it's hot outside, you have proof that you have enough. Okay? Think about what it is that's happening in your life. Like I said, my God is an awesome God. There are times when I didn't know how I was going to make it. I stayed up late at night. I mean, we've cried ourselves to sleep. Like, God, if you just get me through this, I promise I won't do anything stupid again. Obviously, we do stupid things again sometimes, but we've been in those places where you're like, I'm so far at the bottom of this valley that I'm looking up and I see rocks. Like, I am below rock bottom. like I would give, my right arm to be at rock bottom. So listen, things happen. Life gives us blows, but you just have to figure out how you're going to power through it and what you're going to learn so that on the other side of it, we don't repeat those same mistakes and missteps. Okay. So that's that. So prove it wrong. Write down at least 2 pieces of evidence that proves each belief is false. You will have enough. You are good with money. If you're able to balance your checkbook, if you're able to have more money in your bank account at the end of the month than you started with, you can manage money. If you're not spending more than you make, you can manage money. So let's start thinking about those things in that sense. Okay. More black and white. We don't have to necessarily focus on the gray right here. The second part of that is our powerful reframes and mantras. So some people say mantras to themselves. Some people say words of affirmation. Some people recite Bible verses and they meditate and do all those things. Whatever works for you. But I want you to just think about some actionable reframes for common limiting beliefs. For example, money is the root of all evil. A lot of people say that, but that's not even the whole Bible verse. It's the love of money is the root of all evil. If you were putting money, like the idol of it, above everything else, that's the root of all evil. Having money is a blessing because when you have money and you can pour from your abundance and overflow, you're able to help other people. That's a blessing. The reality is, if you're an old, nasty, stanky, dirty person before you have money, you're going to be the same way after. If you are a kind, generous, beautiful, giving person before you have a lot of money, when you get more money, you're going to be even more kind, beautiful, generous, loving person. Like, let's be real, y'all. Money is not the root of all evil. It's the love of money and the way that we use that money that can be quote unquote evil. Okay. Here's a reframe. Money is a tool for good that amplifies my positive impact. Child, I be writing some good stuff. Do y'all listen to me? I just want if y'all listen to me. Okay. So I'm putting this one up here too. Money is a tool for good. Y'all, I was asking my dad, he was like, you have some really insightful things to say. I was like, most times I do. Do y'all listen to me? I be giving y'all that kind of game for free, honey. Anyway, I want y'all to start thinking about this. I had to re up on my affirmations anyway. My positive impact. Honey. All right. So that's what I want you to do. Think about those negative thoughts that you have, those beliefs that are keeping you from being the greatest that you can possibly be. Reframe them. And then at the end, I'd love for you to start thinking about your own mantras and then practice them daily. Look at them, like I mentioned, put them in the mirror, put them on your desk, put them on your phone so that you can look at them every single day and memorize them and speak them. Speak them out loud, speak them into existence. Step three, power affirmations and daily mindset practices. Oops, sorry, I'm getting a little carried away with my mouse. So I want you to provide 10, we're going to think about 10 to 15 positive affirmations to inspire wealth, confidence, and abundance. 10 to 15. We've already started writing some of them down. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see my thingamabobber, but I've started writing mine down. Write yours down wherever you need to write them down, on your phone, on your stickies, wherever. And then we need to make sure that we're placing them in a spot that you're going to be able to see them on a daily basis consistently. Repetition is what's going to help you memorize these things. It's going to help you apply these things. Okay. In a real life way. And I laugh is acting crazy. Ciao. Anyway. All right. Here's a couple. I am worthy of wealth and abundance that flows. I am worthy of all the wealth and abundance that flows to me. Are y'all listening? I am worthy of all the wealth and abundance that flows to me. Honey, you better know I'm worthy. That's for somebody. Somebody need to hear that today. Second one, money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I say this to myself on a regular basis, y'all, on a daily basis. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. Like I told you, money is all around us. You just need to know where to look. You need to open your mouths and tell people that I want money. I've got something in exchange for money that's going to help change your life. Okay. And the third one, I am a magnet for a financial freedom, growth, and prosperity. Mm. I'm gonna read that one more time for y'all. I am a magnet for financial freedom, growth, and prosperity. Who needed to hear that today? Somebody did. That was free. All right. So I want you to start thinking about affirmations that you're going to say to yourself on a daily basis to remind you of how brilliant you are. You're a badass. Okay. You have the experience and the expertise and the knowledge and the training and the licensing and the education and the certificates and all the things, right? That make you, that make you uniquely positioned to teach what you teach, provide what you provide, do what you do. So just remember that. Just remember that. Okay. So while you're thinking about your affirmations, I'm going to continue mine. Like I mentioned, I practice what I preach. So I'm doing it too. So I'll give you a couple more minutes and we'll move on. Alrighty. Our daily wealth practice for success, the mirror affirmation practice. If you have time, actually make time. I'm not gonna say if you have time, make time. I have a little mirror on my desk, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see this. I will look into this baby, my little cute mirror, and say, hey, girl, I am worthy of all the wealth and abundance that flows to me, right? Get you a mirror, okay? Put one on your desk, put one in your purse. Keep a mirror on you so that you're able to recite these things back to you and you're able to really start to feel what it means to be wealthy. You have to feel wealthy before you can actually be wealthy. You have to see wealth before you actually see wealth. It's the vision of wealth before you actually see it manifest in your bank account. Did y'all know that? In case you didn't know that, that's true. Look it up. Okay. So again, every morning look in the mirror and confidently declare your power affirmations. I want you to have gratitude for abundance. And there's a ritual that you can do. Before bed, write down 3 ways you experience abundance that day or as soon as you get up. It's not just in money, but in love, time, joy, etc. Again, abundance. You need to define what abundance means to you. Affluence, wealth, happiness, joy, contentment. What do they mean to you? And then write down 3 things that you've experienced before you go to bed that day. I am so thankful for my family, my parents, my husband, my children, my siblings. I'm thankful for my health. I am thankful for the ability to get up and have these conversations with you, phenomenal people, consistently. I'm thankful that I'm able to create transformation in the lives of my clients. I'm able to help them build businesses that increase profit by 300%. I'm able to save taxes for them. We do strategic tax planning. We make sure that all the money that they're making, now that they've changed their mindset and they've put processes and procedures and systems into place, that we don't have to give it all away to the IRS because we've learned to ethically shift the income. I'm grateful that I get to talk about forecasting. We get to do future pacing. What do we want our business to look like in the next 12 months, 3 to 5 years, 10 years? What do we want to sell our business at? What do we need to do in order to get to that place? So I enjoy doing that. I enjoy seeing the smiles on their faces. I enjoy being able to have phenomenal notes sent to me and gifts and flowers and emails and sweet things because they're like, girl, what did I do before you? That is what works for me. What works for you? Think about that. Okay. The final thing we do for this is visualize your wealthiest self. Spend 5 minutes each day visualizing your life of financial abundance. How does it look? Y'all, we need to do this. How does it feel? I want you to use all of your senses. So if you are somebody who wants to have a chef, a chauffeur, you want to have a nutritionist, you want to have a personal trainer, you want to have a personal assistant, listen, speak it, write it down, create a budget for it. Think about how much it's going to cost you on a monthly basis to have all these things that you desire to make your life better so that you can in turn make somebody else's life better. Write it down. And then we plan on how we're going to make that amount of money. Are you tithing? My goal is to tithe $250,000 a year to my church. That's what I want to do. That's wealth to me. That's abundance to me. I want to be responsible for all the new locations that they're launching, for programs that they're providing for children and other at-risk youth in the community. Like that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to, if I can't physically go somewhere, to write a check and say, here, do with that what you will in the name of the Lord. Okay. That's what I want to do. So think about what you want to do. And then the money date. And then we're going to close on this soon. Okay. This is something I recommend for all of my clients. We need to have money dates with our spouses, with our partners, business partners, with our, your biz besties, with your girlfriends, whomever, but you need to be having money dates. And I'm calling it making wealthy sexy again. Okay. Make your finances sexy again. Make money dates sexy again. Whatever you need to do, just make it sexy, right? Schedule a weekly meeting with yourself or with a partner. You can light a candle. You can pour a glass of champagne. You can get you a cocktail. You can have a cup of coffee. And I want you to get intimate with your finances. We really need to do this because a lot of times people are just kind of like covering their eyes and, hoping that they're going to have enough money at the end of the month to pay their bills. And that's just not how it works. That's reckless, y'all. And it doesn't have to happen. It doesn't. There's no need for that type of activity and shenanigans. Okay. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not judging, but what I'm saying is there's a better way. Okay. Remember how we talked about assigning a place for every single dollar and cent to go? Start with that. You know what your mortgage is. You know what your fixed expenses are, right? My car payment, my mortgage, if you have student loans that you have to pay, other things like that. Things that may fluctuate like utility bills, you still want to have money set aside for that, but things that you know are going to come out of your bank account every month, make sure you've got that covered. All right. We're going to review our spending habits, and I want you to celebrate financial wins, big or small. I think a lot of times we forget to do that too. And because we don't do that, people they tend to get a little discouraged when they have these money dates or when they're looking at their bank statements. If you had more money at the end of the month, this month than you did the prior month, that's a win. Okay. You don't have to quantify the level of the win. A win is a win. Think about that. Revisit your financial goals and affirm your progress. So, if you have a goal of saving $100 a month, if you did it this month, congratulations. Let's do it again next month and the next month and the next month. And if that becomes easy to you and it's habitual, then start to increase that. Maybe we save 200 bucks. So, that's what we mean by revisit your financial goals and affirm your progress. And then finally, we want you to set your intentions for the upcoming week. I typically do mine on Fridays. End of the week, I'm able to kind of look at my statements. And, bank statements are typically cut at the end of the month, which usually ends at the end of a week. So you're able to do that. You're able to prepare, look at your statements, look at what you did, the money that came in and what went out, and then really plan for the next month. Okay. After that, we're going to talk about the Money Master Blueprint. So you're going to map your wealth vision, which is very important. But I think we're going to hold off on that for a bit because we need to make sure that we get over those money, you know, limitations that we're facing. We need to get through that first because until we do, we can't move forward. So let's really focus on that. So I'm going to encourage you to finish that piece. If you're feeling good about your money, you're feeling like your dates are set up and you've got all these other practices and your affirmations, go ahead and do section 4 because I'd love to hear what your results are. But I'd love for you to just kind of focus on that. And then we'll talk about the other things at a later date. Alrighty? It's 11:57, y'all. I just want to thank y'all for spending some time with me. I hope I was able to provide something that was helpful helpful to you. Gracious. That you're able to use these resources and these tools to shift your perspective about money and how it should work for you. That you're able to really envision how you want your business to look moving forward. I really hope that you're able to take something from this conversation today and you're able to leverage that in your day-to-day life or in your business. The last thing I'm going to do is talk to you about Feminine Fortune, y'all. I introduced this because I want to work with women in a community, in a group setting. For those of you who may not be ready for a CFO on a one-to-one basis, on a monthly basis, I want to share this with you. This is Feminine Fortune. I'm calling it the Unleash Your Unapologetic Affluence Experience, essentially. It is a 12-month program, and it is your journey to unapologetic wealth and wellness. We talk about that wealth care framework. We talk about putting yourself first and prioritizing your wealth and your health and your mental, stability, because it's important to build a business as your best self. But you can't do that if there's something that's constantly bugging you down in your mind. All right. We want you to build your business into a badass empire because it's time to reclaim your throne, right? It's time for us to step into the limelight instead of staying in the shadows. All righty. So we will have interactive live trainings. This is where the magic happens. We're going to go through that wealth care framework. We're going to be looking at holistic strategies for building wealth without sacrificing your well-being because that's important. Our 3P framework. We're going to master the art of balancing profit, purpose, and personal fulfillment. Listen, who built a business that they hate? We don't want to build businesses that we hate. We want to build businesses that we love and that create impact, that have positive effects on our community and ourselves. And then we're going to be talking about the 4 pillars of prosperity. We're going to unlock the secrets to sustainable success across all areas of your life. So again, prosperity doesn't necessarily just have to be money. So think about those things. Transformation in motion. For those of you who can't see, this is just a couple of testimonials. Running my business is starting to feel like running on a hamster wheel. Lots of effort with little progress. Patrice changed all that. She introduced me to her 3P framework, which we just talked about. It was a game changer. I always thought advanced technology like AI was only for big corporations, not a small business owner like me. False. AI is especially for small businesses, by the way. financial innovations. Before working with Patrice and her team, managing my business finances felt like navigating a maze in the dark. I was passionate about my work, but overwhelmed by the numbers. Does that sound familiar? I'll let you read that at your leisure. Implementation and expectation. We talked about expectation, right? We have tailored action plans that we'll go through. You will have customized strategies designed to catapult your business to new heights. Everybody's unique, right? So we can't provide cookie cutter recommendations to everybody. We need to understand how your business moves, how it works, and craft a plan specific for you and your goals. Overwhelm to overachievement. We want to transform that chaos into clarity with actionable steps for immediate implementation. Like I talked about, this is an interactive experience. We're doing things in real time because we want to see real success, real shift, real change, real transformation. Measurable progress. We're going to track your growth with tangible metrics and celebrate your wins. If you don't have metrics built into your business, what are we doing? That's how you track. You need data to make informed business decisions, just in case that wasn't clear. Wealthy resources and rich templates. We have a premium vault. You get to access a treasure trove of tried and tested tools for opulent results, right? We're talking about big things. We're talking about easily executable, tangible strategies that you can leverage to build your business. Fast track for success. You're getting the cheat code. You're using my 24 years of experience, expertise, licensing, certifications, education, all those things to fast track your journey. And then royal treatment. You want to experience the ease of execution. Oh, sorry, y'all. Anyway, you can read that. Implementation time. Again, it's action oriented. We want to make sure that we're doing something that's going to move the needle in our business every single day when we work together. We don't have time to just be fooling around in modules and reading books and stuff. Well, books are amazing, but we need to be doing things that are actually going to drive the needle in our business. What's going to make our cash register sing? What's going to put calls on our calendar? What's going to convert sales? We need to be doing these. Accountability. We want to stay on track with built-in check-ins and progress reviews. Momentum building. Create unstoppable momentum as you consistently apply what you've learned. It is class. We have implementation. We talk about the progress. Then we do it all over again. If you have questions, we have Q&A and office hours. Real world application. We're bridging the gap between theory and practice in your unique business context. We don't come here to play games. Like I said, exclusive Q&A and office hours, real-time problem solving. If you have a question, let's get some solutions. Let's get you some results so that you're not stuck and stagnant and spinning your wheels. Personalized guidance. You will receive tailored advice from me. And then breakthrough moments. Experience transformative insights that propel your business forward. When you're masterminding with a group of ladies who are doing the same thing that you're doing or have the desire to reach the levels that you are reaching, you build a community. You're able to collaborate and connect. And who knows, you might find your clients in that space. We have strategy sessions. So if you join early, you will get a 90-minute one-on-one session with me. We're going to map out your financial goals and business dreams with crystal clarity. You will receive a step-by-step strategy aligned with your unique values and aspirations. And we will balance wealth building and overall well-being. We're going to create a roadmap for success that doesn't compromise your peace, because we need our peace, ladies. You will also get access to the CEO Blueprint Bundle. Again, this is for fast action takers, for people who pay and pull. There are financial management tools, growth planning templates, tech integration guides. We are leveraging all the AI to build our businesses because that is innovative, that is cutting edge, that is what is here now, and that is what's going to take us into the future. If you're not ready to get on that bandwagon, you're going to get left behind, period. Corporations are using this. So many instances of leveraging AI are happening. It's not possible for it not to be real. Okay? Efficiency boosters, decision-making frameworks, scaling strategies. Who doesn't want to scale their business? Time management solutions. A lot of times we get bogged down because we're not managing our time to the best of our ability. Team leadership resources. You can bring your team. We're going to talk about how to support your team as well so that you aren't focused all the time on doing these things as a CEO. And wealth preservation tactics. How do we keep the money that we're making? How do we exponentially multiply the money that we're making? VIP mastermind access. You will have monthly mastermind sessions, expert insights. I will have my besties come in to give you information, experts in different areas, marketing, sales, affirmations, mindset, money, personal finance, because those two go hand in hand, personal and business finance. So you have access to those and unparalleled support. You will have a tribe of powerful women who uplift and challenge you to reach new heights. We don't want yes women. If you're messing up, you're messing up. Tell me. Okay. How do I fix it? Boom. Your unapologetic affluence awaits. I want you to invest in your empire, join the movement, and claim your throne. That is my desire for you before the end of this year. 2025 has the ability to just be so incredible if you're ready, if you're prepared. I don't want you floundering again this time next year. And then finally, again, exclusive community. You want to accelerate your success, connect and grow. And then these are the options. You have a monthly option, and then we have an annual option. Our monthly option is $1,800 a month. Our annual is $18,000 a year. If you pay in full, you get all of those bonuses that we went over: the CEO Blueprint Bundle, the Wealth Strategy Session with me, the VIP Mastermind. You get it all. So that is that, ladies and gents. Thank you for being with me. I appreciate you. What I'm going to do really quickly is just put that information in the chat too. If you desire to go ahead and take a look at that, I highly recommend that you do, because y'all, today's price is not going to be yesterday's price. I just want you to understand that. Okay. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye to you. I appreciate you as always, and I look forward to chatting with you all later. Again, this is for the annual membership, and then I'm going to put the monthly membership as well. If that feels a little more comfortable with you, it's more in line with what you have set aside in your budget, do that. I'm not here to take your mortgage money. Why would we do that? All right. Love you guys. Do the homework, do the growth work, and I will see you here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat place. Take care. Bye-bye.